Pew, 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 pew. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Weapon Ray. Today we have the LWRC SMG-45. So LWRC is a company out of Massachusetts, and this is their pistol caliber carbine. So before we get into everything, let's just do a safety check here. Everything is empty and we are good to go. Okay. So pistol caliber carbine, essentially, to put it simply, is an SMG or a rifle style platform that shoots rounds that are typically used in handguns. So pistol caliber carbine. So in this case, this weapon shoots a 45 ACP. All right. So like we always do, we're going to talk about what this gun has to offer, the pros and cons in my opinion, and then how I have it set up for me. All right, so let's get started here. So right up front here, we've got a chromoly barrel. So this barrel, the chromoly, that's a material that essentially just makes the barrel a little bit more durable and things like that. I'm not an expert, I'm not an engineer, but that's essentially, to put it simply, what that means. It's a really nice barrel, but again, we'll get into that in a second. So this barrel, though, it's actually a little unique. So as you can see, that there's actually, it actually reciprocates. So LWRC, their gas system here is a short delay, short recoil delayed blowback gas system. So what that means essentially is that they built the barrel and the bolt carrier group to lock together in here. And then as you shoot, as the bullet ejects from the muzzle, the barrel comes back just slightly, and then it disengages this locking mechanism. And then I'm going to try to show you. So disengages the locking mechanism, and then that allows the bolt carrier to come back the rest of the way, and then, you know, just repeat that the same sequence in reverse moving forward. So the bolt carrier will come through, okay, and then that locking mechanism will come back into place, locking the bolt carrier group and the barrel back together. So the purpose of that is to add weight. So instead of just the barrel, it's now the barrel and the bolt carrier that have to move. So by adding that extra weight, they're actually reducing the recoil, okay? So that's why they did that. And then the gun comes with these handguard covers here. They come on all three sides, left, right, and then bottom, and then they have a little hand stop here, okay? Moving back, it's very similar to a AR. So the lower is essentially all the same kind of style and ergos as an AR. So you have your AR style selector switch, you have your pistol grip here, these two pins right here, here and here, they pop out, and the upper and lower can attach together, just very similar to an AR. You have your bolt carrier, or I'm sorry, your bolt catch and bolt release buttons here, and this gun is completely ambidextrous. All right, let's untie this. Completely ambi. All right, just like all of LWRC's guns, they're completely ambi. All right, what else? The whole upper is one solid machine piece. So the Picatinny rail is and the rest of the handguard and the rest of the upper, it's all one unit. So you're not going to lose any zero or anything like that. It's going to be a lot more durable just because it's all one unit. It's all one piece. Okay. Moving back here, they have their own proprietary grip. It's kind of this snake skin or dragon skin kind of grip here. And then they have a cap underneath here, and you can actually store some stuff inside of the pistol grip here. Moving back, they did outfit this with a right side folding SB tactical brace. So all you have to do is press the button here, and then, of course I can't do it, press the button here, there we go. And then it is right side folding. It's not going to interfere at all with the bolt carrier group and ejecting of the shells. I've shot this gun like this and I've had no issues whatsoever. All right, and then it just snaps back into place just like that. Up here, they do have, again, because it's completely ambidextrous, they do have a paddle mag release. All right, and the mag well itself is slightly flared for easier reloads. Okay, I think that's about it. Now let's get into the pros and cons. All right, so let's get into the cons first, in my opinion. One is the price. So I justified it. The H&K UMP-45 has always been basically like my dream weapon, but unfortunately a true UMP-45 is not available for civilians because it has select fire. But then I just somehow came across this gun. It was at the gun range that I go to, and it was sitting up on the wall, and I walked in, and it was honestly like a movie where the light just shines on it, and it just, that's the only thing I could see. I had tunnel vision, and I had to have it. So this gun is $3,000. It is very, very expensive. I was able to justify it, but that would be a huge turnoff for most people. And yeah, so that's a con in my opinion, even though I did buy it. I would say the only other con in my opinion, right? I mean, this gun is pretty freaking sweet, but the only other con in my opinion is, I don't know if you can even see, but there's some scratching here, here, and up here. And whatever they finished this with, I don't know if it's black nitride or what. I don't think it is black nitride. It scratches so easily. And I'm actually pretty disappointed about that. I don't really know why that is, but it's a big problem. I mean, I guess it's not a huge problem. It doesn't affect the overall functionality of the gun, but for a $3,000 gun, you would think that the finishing would be a little bit better. I have another a gun from LWRC. It's their M6, and that is treated, and that one is very hard to scratch up. But this one, all of these scratches, actually, if you can believe it, is from the sling. And I don't know if you can see, but I've actually taped up all of these sharp edges, or the metal edges, around here so it doesn't ding this up. I actually might swap out this sling for another sling with all plastic parts, just because I don't want this to be all scratched up. So that's a con. Now, if you guys follow Garantham, he did a review on this gun maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and he had some major problems with this gun when it comes to accuracy. So there was some sort of flaw within the barrel where, you know, he might have 3 or 4 shots with 1 or 2 MOA accuracy, and then he'll have just a flyer where it might be, you know, 6, 7, 8, 10 MOA apart or away from the other grouping. So he had a major problem with his, and it is a problem. These guns were recalled. This is actually kind of a controversial gun just because of how expensive it is, but they had that massive problem. Now, not everybody had a problem. I thankfully am one of those people. I would have been absolutely pissed, and I feel for the people that spent all this money on this gun, and then to have the barrel have some sort of fatal flaw in it where every couple shots you have no idea where the bullet's going to go. So that's a big problem. I know they're fixing it. I know you can send your gun back. I have no idea what the wait time is. I'm sure it's probably pretty long, especially with everything going on with COVID. But be aware, if you are able to get your hands on these are really hard to get your hands on. I think LWRC only makes like I don't know, 150 to 200 of these a month. And that's for the entire United States. So these are very hard to get a hold of. So just be aware if you do come across that. Again, I don't know if the newer models have been fixed, but it very well could be that you might have some accuracy issues because there is some sort of flaw within the barrel. All right, and then take into account that it might be pretty easy to scratch up. Those are the negatives in my opinion, and the downsides. Again, I didn't have any accuracy issues, but people did, so that needs to be addressed. All right, so let's go into the pros here. So the pros, a couple things. I like that it's completely ambidextrous. It's very easy, so whether you're a left or right-handed shooter, it's nice. I really like the paddle mag release. I'm a big fan of paddle mag releases. I like them a lot. I think they're very quick and easy and intuitive. So I really like that. The charging handle up here is also ambidextrous and it's toolless. So all you have to do is, I haven't practiced it, but all you have to do is just kind of shimmy it out and then you're able to put it over here. And it's really nice. I can get it every time. And it folds in on itself just to keep a low profile. So that's really good. Moving back, I do really like the, I guess the handguard covers here. They're really nice. Again, they have that proprietary kind of grip to them, that snake skin or dragon skin grip. I actually ended up turning this one backwards. The hand stop was up here, but I turned this backwards. We'll get into that. What else? The magazines are really nice. This is a pro and it's a con. So the magazines are really well built. They're 25 round magazines, but the downside is that they are expensive. So on LWRC's website, I think they're about 40 or 45. But then if you go to HK, I mean, these are like 60 bucks. So the mags are very expensive. So that's, I guess that would be a con when it comes to this gun, is that you're going to be spending probably no less than $45 per magazine. So be aware of that. Moving back here, the trigger is really nice. So I would say the trigger, so let's just look at it here. So comes back here. Oh man, there's almost no wall. And then that's the reset. So again, we're going to come back only like a millimeter or two. That might be a 4.5, maybe I would say at most a 5-pound trigger pull. And then this is the reset right here. So maybe about a 3 millimeter reset. Very tactile, very audible. Very, very nice trigger. The other thing I like is that, yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of recoil because of the short recoil delayed blowback system that they put in here. What else? I do really like the pistol grip here. This grip is really nice, and I think it looks really nice as well. The SB Tactical Brace, I actually like the look of it. I don't want to SBR this because I actually really like the look. Now, some people, if you see, the cheek weld is actually lower than the top of the gun here, which might affect some people's, I guess, preference when it comes to an optic. Some people might think that they're sitting a little bit too low. It actually doesn't bother me. Shooting this gun, it actually feels pretty good with more of an upright head position. But, you know, be aware of that, but I like it. Nice dense polymer up here, and then it's a little bit more flimsy here just to accommodate for your arm if you actually shoot it the way it's intended, but nobody ever does that. And then I like that it folds up. It folds up, and when it's all folded up, it's actually a very short, compact package. You can put this in a bag, and yeah, I'd say it's only about 15 or so inches from tip to butt here. So that's really, really nice. Okay, that is, it's probably it for the pros, you know, things that I really like. Now let's get into how I have this set up. So this is actually my truck gun, and this is actually my home defense weapon. So I have got a mag full of hollow points, you know, self-defense rounds, you know, tucked away. And this is just by my bedside every single night. So how I have it set up is I have a little bit more on this gun than I normally would, but this is my home defense. So up front here, I have a Hollow Sun laser. Okay, it is a green laser. Let's see if we can get, there you go. You can see that little green laser right there. So it has a activation button here, but then I actually have a Surefire dual pressure pad back here. So the front is the flashlight here, and then the rear is the laser. All right, so I really like this Hollow Sun laser. It wasn't that expensive. I think it was about $3.99. So I was able to get that. You can either put it on low or high. I just have it on low. The low is easy enough to see. Maybe if you were shooting during the day, you would put it on high, but I haven't had any issues spotting that laser. I've got a Surefire Scout. And so I really like that. And then again, I have them both hooked up here to the dual pressure pad. And then I just have a Ranger band for to kind of, you know, control the, God, what are these called? Wires? There we go. Got it. To control these wires here. Okay, so I have that set up. It's a little bit heavy up front, but as you can see, I can actually still balance it. And even with all this weight up front here, this gun is still perfectly balanced. So it's actually really, really nice. And then going back, I have the Hollow Sun, basically kind of like holographic or red dot. It's their, what is it, the 512. And really, really nice. Again, multiple reticle system, great battery life. The battery tray is actually right here. It's almost kind of this quick detach battery tray, which is really cool. And then up top, you have the solar panels to help draw that energy from the sun to salvage some of your battery life. And then the plus and the minus for the brightness are on the other side here. So it's got 10 daytime setting, 2 night settings. And yeah, this is really good. So that's why I have this set up. The laser, again, at home for quick target acquisition. God forbid anyone were to break in. Okay, moving back, I do have the Faro Concept Slingster. I have these Slingsters on many of my guns. I really like it. Again, this pull tab here makes it really easy to either tighten or loosen up the sling, and that's really nice. And then back here, I actually have a Ranger band to stow the sling and just kind of manage the sling a little bit better there. And yeah, that's about it. I have probably about maybe about 13 to 1400 rounds through this. Haven't had any issues, 0 failure to feeds, 0 failure to eject. So all the mags are good. The gun is good. Again, thank God I was blessed and I got one with a good barrel. But yeah, just be aware of that. But yeah, really good. No issues there whatsoever. So I think that's the end of this review. Again, I do have a giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a Arc'teryx Naga 2 or Naga Gen 2 Ranger Green hoodie in a men's large, and I'll also be giving away a Ruger hat. It's a total giveaway of about $220. So there's a full video on that for a little bit more information. But if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. Share this video with somebody if you think that they'll find it educational. Call me out if I said anything wrong, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.